So what's up guys, Course here, coming to you today with a Murdock deck build and guide. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So my prime card, I start off with the Archmagus, so 65 energy damage, 100 damage bonus, and plus 300 damage to Structors. As we get into the consumables, I go with the cast token, 6.5 energy damage. Then I usually equip the health potion. And then I usually go with the Scout's Ward. Now I also have this Chrono Tonic and Harvester Key. Now the Chrono Tonic is pretty good. It's arguably better for other characters, maybe like a Gadget, a Gideon. But I put it on here because I may use it from time to time. But it gives you plus 6 health regen and 7.5 cooldown reduction for 15 seconds. So, you know, get those buckshots up quicker, get those static traps down a little faster. So, I don't know. I think this is a pretty cool card, but I just have to see when it's best to use it and if it's appropriate to use it on Murdock. But I just kind of throw it in there because I have space. As you can see, I left 10 cards open, so you can also add things if you think, you know, just situational. The second thing I put in there was the Harvester's Key. Now, I put this in there because it's everybody's responsibility to get the Harvesters. It's not just your junglers. Those Harvesters on the outside of your lanes, you know, that's your carry, that's your supports. You know, we all have to help get Harvesters, especially if our junglers are struggling, you know. With that being said, though, if the junglers are on top of it and, you know, they're getting the Harvesters at 6 minutes, they're right over there on the other side getting that one, then I'll let them have it. I'm not trying to take their experience, especially if they're on time. You know, let them have it. That's all good. But if you need to jump in there and use your Harvester's Key, have it ready, have it in your deck. Don't worry about, oh, well, this is going to mess up my build for right now. Like, no. You know, it's all about the team. You're not going to carry a team by yourself, especially as Murdock in the beginning of the game. You are a carry. That means at the end of the game, you are really a beast. In the beginning, I mean, Murdock does some damage all around, but, you know, early game, focus on getting your last hits. Focus on getting your lanes pushed, but not over pushed. You know, so, you know, don't worry about 1 point. Get your Harvester's Key. Help your team. Let's get down to the equipment. So, don't follow this to a T. Build your deck as the situations come up. So if your team is getting ganked early, you may not want to start out with the Masters Gym. You might want to start out with the Sage Ward. You know, ward out your jungle. Make sure that you have that vision up. But let's jump into it. So Masters Gym is what I usually start out with. Now this card has 6.5 energy damage, 5.5 attack speed, and once you fully upgrade it, another 5.5 attack speed. This one comes with a Vicious Kinetic and 2 Major Casts. So Vicious Kinetic gives you 22 attack speed, Major Cast gives you 19.5 energy damage. So this will get you some good attack speed, good damage early on. You can start hitting harder, getting your last hits in easier. Next, I usually go with I have another Madstone's Gem here. Usually when I'm building, I'll start with my Meltdown, but anyway. So Madstone's Gem is the second card. I have this one equipped with a 2-point kinetic and 2 cast cards. So 13 energy damage, 11 attack speed. So this is usually the card I equip second, but like I say, situational. It's Meltdown. So Meltdown gives you 13 energy damage, 16 energy pen, 6.5 energy damage once it's fully upgraded. I equip this with a Minor Shock and 2 Major Casts. Now the reason I put this card in the deck, and usually why I equipped it second, is because this will shred the enemy's energy armor. That means that you'll be hitting harder. Now the reason you don't need more penetration is because Murdock's Buckshot also shreds energy armor. So he has a move, usually I get it first or second, Buckshot. So that one takes 16 energy pen. This card right here automatically reduces or gives you 16 energy pen, and Minor Shock will give you 16 energy pen. So between those three, you'll be good on your energy penetration. Now, let's go down here to the Sage Ward. Now, some people equip different things in here, you know, usually more attack, or, well, this one's pretty good on attack though, but maybe more attack speed. Some people still build on crit. I don't really build Murdock crit though. So, but I go with the Sage Ward, and I equipped it with 3 Major Casts. And the reason I go with this is because these Shadow Wards, you know, the enemies can't see them, and I don't think they can destroy them. I'm not sure though, don't quote me on that. They might be able to now. but they're a lot harder to see than the Scout's wards, so you can place them up and they last longer. And they give you that vision. Some people think the static traps are enough, and Murdock doesn't really need wards. But you know, I've walked around plenty of static traps as my Greystone and just destroyed a Murdock. So I mean, no, you got to have your vision up, and if not just for you, for your team, because you know, if your team can see, you know, Chimera running through the jungle towards you, your Fang can come over there, intercept him, and y'all can jump him. You know, you gotta, and it helps. It might keep your Gideon from getting ganked. So I mean, get your vision. You know, and like I said, this is my opinion. You can of course go with a damage, attack speed, whatever, but I go with vision because I think it helps the team as a whole, especially if the rest of your team is also warding appropriately. I mean, vision wins the game. That's all I can say there. So yeah, I go with the Sage ward. All right, next we got a tempered plate. Now, I know you might be wondering why no energy armor, because there's no energy armor in this build. Because I'm not afraid of any energy damage dealing character. Like right now, mages or casters are not a huge threat. You know, you don't really have to worry about a Gideon breaking through the ranks to come get you. You know, maybe with his ult, but you know, Gideon, Gadget, Iggy, they're not just gonna rush through to come get Murdock. I mean, and if you do get him on a one-on-one, you're probably gonna be fine. You may lose if it's a really, you know, a really good player. You're playing some Diamond League guy. But I mean, for the most part, you don't have to worry about them. You have to worry about the Sparrows. You have to worry about the Twin Blast, the Chimera, you know, the Grux. Those people who can really, the Greystones, who can get in your face and really, you know, take you out of the fight. So that's why I go with the physical armor. So just to say this card, or tell you about this card, 22 physical armor, 100 health, then 44 physical armor once you fully upgrade it. Now I equip this with an extra 2 lesser health, and then a guard, which gives you another 44 armor, and this will give me 200 more health. Plus that's 300 extra health right there. So I have the energy armor, and I have the physical armor, and I have the extra health, which make me harder to kill. The last card, and you can switch this out with another lifesteal card like a Brand of the Iron Eater, I believe it's called. It gives you a little bit of crit and a little more lifesteal. I go with this for the extra 300 health. So right now, I think my Murdock has 700 extra health in this build. And I equipped it with a drain and 2 greater drains. So this card gives you 100 health, 2.5 lifesteal, and then 200 health once you fully upgrade it. Drain gives you 5 lifesteal, greater drain gives you 7.5, which overall you come out with 22.5 lifesteal and 300 extra health. So he's not tanky, but you know, he's a little more tanky, a little harder to kill, and he has that lifesteal, that extra health, you know, and the vision. So I think with this all together, it makes Murdock a lot harder to kill, a lot harder to gank. Now, of course, you can do a build with more lifesteal. Some people get like 40% lifesteal with Murdock, and that's fine. You can go big like that. This seems to work for me. I like this build. But of course, you know, it's up to you. Use it if you like. If you don't use it. That's definitely fine. But this is how I'm building my Murdock right now. So let's look at his abilities. So he starts off with the Plasma Bolt. That's his range basic attack, 35 damage. Now this, you don't have to worry about upgrading. It upgrades as you level, so you're good there. Don't worry about that. So move along. Murdock deals 20 energy damage and displaces all enemies in range. I think they buffed this. It used to be that it was just displace one enemy. Now it displaces all, so if Grux and Fang are like jumping on you, just knock them both away. Buckshot fires a blast in a cone that deals 54 energy damage and shreds energy armor by 16. This is the move that I was talking about that goes so well with your Meltdown. So this move right here will shred their energy armor, and it deals a decent amount of damage. I mean, if you pair this with your basic attack, I mean, it's a nice burst of damage. The static trap. So you place a trap that deals 50 energy damage and applies a 50% movement speed slow for 2 seconds to the first enemy hero that walks over it. So this one's pretty good. Throw that like at the entrance of your lane. And once people try to come over there and gank you, they'll usually get stuck in it unless they, you know, unless they can just walk around. I've walked around a few of them. So don't depend on this to keep you safe all the time. You know, make sure you're warding out your jungle. Make sure you see them coming. And then this is your ultimate, Long Arm of the Law. Unlimited range laser blast that can be shot through anything, ignores energy armor, and deals 260 energy damage. Now this is good. This shoots through anything. This one, like when people are weak and they're in a different lane, they're trying to back, that's when you get over there and you snipe them, because they're not moving, they're easy to hit. When people are running away and they're not like doing a serpentine, they're running in a straight line with like 2 health, go ahead and snipe them. So now I'll tell you how I usually start out. The move that I prioritize when I'm first starting, so like level 1, is usually buckshot. Now if I don't have my wards for whatever reason, I'll start with static trap to kind of give me that extra, you know, sense of security, because I know my lane is blocked off. I have 2 of those in the entrance. So, but when I have my vision, I start out with buckshot. You know, help me clear, help me do a little extra damage. After that, I'll usually get move along or static trap. Probably static trap to start out, and then move along. Now, once I have these 2, I usually upgrade move along over static trap and buckshot over both of them. Now, this is what I prioritize though: long arm of the law. This one, whenever it's up, you should upgrade it. That over everything. So long arm of the law over all of that. And then I usually go buckshot, move along, and then upgrade static trap. So that's how I build my Murdock. Feel free to leave any comments, tips. If it helps you, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, share the video. It might help somebody else. This is Orsacourse. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next video. Have a good one.